Hello friends, welcome to the first current affairs lecture of economics, and it is part of our Smash Prelims initiative, and it's been a lot of time since the program has started, and this is my first meeting with you people, so I'm really excited to see you guys. But I believe you guys are in very safe hands of Santosh sir, Parth sir, Megha ma'am. All of them are really experienced players and they all have been, masters in prelims mode of exam. So you guys are in very safe hands and you have joined a really good program because this program has a really good track record in terms of ensuring that aspirants crack the prelims phase. And once you crack the prelims phase, you can enroll into my program Smash Mains, and that is how you'll get ranks. Now, if we talk about the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board, what is the difference between insolvency and bankruptcy? We need to first understand that. What is the difference between the term insolvency and bankruptcy? Let's say I have to pay my loan. I have to pay my loan tomorrow. I am unable to pay the loan tomorrow because my bank account have less money. It does not have enough money. Now, if I default in paying the loan, I become insolvent. Because I don't have money to pay the loans that I have taken earlier. Bankruptcy is, suppose the banks recognize that or the government recognize that I don't have the capacity to repay the loan because I don't have a job and my bank account is completely empty, or the money in the bank account is less than the loan that I owe. In that case, what will happen? In that case, I will be judged as a bankrupt individual, right? So difference between insolvency and bankruptcy is, insolvency is my situation at my front that I don't have the money to repay. When it is recognized by the rule of law, when it is recognized by the law that I don't have the capacity to repay, it is called as bankruptcy. As simple as that. Okay. So in the case of India, we gave the right to enter in 1991. Right to enter means that any company can enter any sector for production. Before that, we had this system of what we called as license Raj, where you need to take so many licenses to start production, and a lot of these industries you were prohibited as a private individual to do production. 91 May, the number of restricted sectors were reduced to only 5. In rest of the sectors, you don't require any permission to start a business. So we gave right to enter for the firms in 1991. We gave freedom to we gave right to competition in 2009, which means that all private sector firms who are working together, they should abide by competition. They should not do any predatory pricing. Now, what is predatory pricing? So, if you know about Jio was selling its SIMs free of cost in 2016-17. Now, how can you sell a good for free when it has a cost? And you are a private individual. Private individual is motivated by profit. And since you are motivated by profit, you cannot sell anything for free. You're doing it because you want to eliminate your competitors. And that is what happened. Idea got closed. BSNL is in bankrupt. Vodafone is about to close. So we are left with only 2 players in the telecom market, Jio and Airtel. So this is the step that you have taken, is reducing the competition, and this is not allowed. So this was done in 2009 when Competition Commission of India was established, and the role of Commission of India was to ensure that there is competitive spirit in every market. Now we got the right to exit in 2016. Right to exit means that if the company is not doing well, one of the very important or key feature of perfect competition is right to entry and right to exit. Exit means that if you're not doing well, you should be easily allowed to leave the market, withdraw from the market. You should be easily allowed to stop production. But in the India's case, there were multiple laws which were dealing with right to exit. Multiple laws. And sometimes it took 6 to 7 years for a company to completely wind up which is not performing well. ठीक है ना? तो right to exit की वजह से right to exit नहीं था हमारे यहाँ, इस वजह से ease of doing business was also low. Right? So this right to exit was given by the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Right? If you're not doing well, leave the market. Make the way for those entities which are more efficient, which are more competitive. Now let's understand the whole model of this Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code ecosystem in India. Let's understand the whole model. So let's first understand the players here. So we have regulators here and we have the adjudicators. So when we talk of regulators के context में this code establishes Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. And Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India has 3 players. One is Insolvent Professional Agencies, IPA, Insolvency Professional Agencies. Third is Insolvency Professionals. And third is Information Utilities. So the role of IBBI is to regulate all these 3 entities. The role of Insolvency Professional Agencies is to publish code of ethics, rules for insolvency professionals. ठीक है ना? This is the role of Insolvency Professional Agencies. The role of Insolvency Professional is what? The role of Insolvency Professional is कि जब कोई कंपनी bankrupt हो गई है तो एक ट्रांजिशन पीरियड होता है. वो ट्रांजिशन पीरियड क्या होता है? लेट्स से कंपनी एक्स इज bankrupt. ठीक है? And now the company has to be sold to another company, to another player. तो जो बीच का टाइम होता है ना, इंटरिम पीरियड होता है. वो इंटरिम पीरियड में इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल कंपनी को चलाता है और ट्राई करता है कि कंपनी को रिकवर कर सके. ट्राई कर सकता है कि कंपनी को रिकवर करे. फॉर एग्जांपल जब IDFL का हुआ था इशू, तो उदय कोटक वाज अनाउंस्ड एज इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल टू रन IDFL फॉर द इंटरिम पीरियड, जब तक जो है कंपनी का फैसला नहीं होता है कि कंपनी के साथ क्या होगा. क्या कंपनी की काइंड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट चेंज होगा, क्या कंपनी का में नया ओनर आएगा, या कंपनी वाइंड अप होगी, लिक्विडेट होगी, मतलब कंपनी के सारे एसेट्स बिकेंगे. ठीक है ना? तो दैट इज द रोल ऑफ इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल. थर्ड इज इंफॉर्मेशन यूटिलिटीज. नाउ इसका काम क्या होता है? टू एक्सट्रैक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू कि कौन प्रोस्पेक्टिव बायर है, क्या एग्जैक्टली डिमांड है इस कंपनी की, क्या वैल्यू ऑफ एसेट्स है, क्या वैल्यू ऑफ कोलेटरल है, ऑल दीज थिंग्स, पास्ट बैकग्राउंड क्या है, क्या हम कर सकते हैं. व्हाट, सो इट आल्सो एडवाइजेस द आईपी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू व्हाट कैन बी डन विद द कंपनी. Should it be liquidated, should it be sold, तो क्या करना है? All these things are done by information utilities. Now we come to the adjudicators. Adjudicators में you have the National Company Law Tribunal and you have the Debt Recovery Tribunal. So National Company Law Tribunal जो होता है, it deals with the companies, the corporates. And DRT जो होता है deals with individuals. ठीक है ना? If individual has defaulted, has become bankrupt, then the case will go to DRT. In other cases, it will go to NCLT. Now let's understand the whole process. So let's say a company or a corporate has become bankrupt. तो सबसे पहले होता है प्रोसेस 1 और स्टेज 1. स्टेज 1 में क्या होता है कि either or insolvency proceedings can be initiated either by the creditors or by the debtors or by the owner himself. तो वो पहले जाता है NCLT या DRT के पास कि भाई मैंने इस कंपनी को लोन दिया था और हम लोगों ने इस कंपनी को लोन दिया था, ये कंपनी बैंकरप्ट हो गई है, अब हमको पैसे नहीं दे रही है. तो 14 डेज के अंदर, within 14 days, NCLT or DRT has to accept that okay, this company has become bankrupt, so we'll start the insolvency proceedings. सबसे पहले क्या बनता है? COC बनती है, कंपनी और कमिटी ऑफ क्रेडिटर्स. तो जो हमारे घाघ लोग हैं जैसे मालिया और नीरव मोदी, इन लोगों ने एक बैंक से लोन नहीं दिया है, 10 बैंक से लोन दिया है, राइट? सो नेचुरल सी बात है कि बिकॉज many of these financial institutions have given the loan, so they should decide what will be the fate of the company together. So therefore they form the committee of creditors, which include all the financial creditors and sometimes operational creditors. There are two kind of creditors, financial and operational. So let's say I have given you 1 lakh rupees loan. I am a financial creditor. Let's say I have given you goods, raw material worth of 1 lakh rupees, and you have told me that you will pay me the money once you have sold the final good. Now I am a operational creditor, right? Now उसके बाद क्या होता है कि these COC they appoint insolvency professional to run the company for the interim period. ठीक है ना? And this insolvency professional then it runs the company, it tries to turn around the company, it tries to change management, methods, etc. for the interim period. ठीक है? अब within 180 days and followed by 90 more days, अगर 1 days में फैसला नहीं हो पाया तो 90 more days में आपको फैसला करना है. ठीक है? तो मैक्सिमम 270 days है आपके पास. Within 270 days you have to decide that whether or you have to decide that what you will do with the company, whether you will liquidate, so you will decide कि whether you will change the management, और अगर आपने open bid किया है इसमें, तो अगर किसी investor ने interest दिखाया कि I will buy the company, now I will run the company, तो उसको आप बेचोगे और उसके बेच के जो आपको पैसा मिलेगा वो आप आपस में बांटोगे. But within 270 days you have to decide, you have to make a plan, you have to make a future plan for the company. ठीक है? And that plan has to be voted by 75% of members committee of creditors के, 75% members. ठीक है ना? अब मान लो 75% लोग एग्री हो गए, 75% creditors एग्री हो गए, so that then this plan is approved, and once this plan is approved it will go to NCLT for final approval. ठीक है? Let's say the plan is not approved. Let's say only 50% people voted for the plan and rest 50% showed dissent. In that case, अगर 270 days के अंदर proceedings नहीं हुई पूरी, तो the assets of the company will go for liquidation. Liquidation मतलब कि कल को सिविल दिल्ली बिक गया तो ये बोर्ड बिकेगा, ये टेबल बिकेगी, वो कैमरा बिकेगा, सब बिकेगा, और उन एसेट्स को बेच के जो पैसा रिकवर होगा वो ये क्रेडिटर्स आपस में बांट लेंगे इन द रेशियो कि किसने कितना ज्यादा लोन दिया था. ठीक है ना? अंडरस्टैंड द होल प्रोसेस. देयर आर 4 स्टेजेस. पहला स्टेज में क्या होगा? NCLT DRT अप्रूवल देगा. सेकंड स्टेज में क्या होगा? कमिटी ऑफ क्रेडिटर्स बनेगी. थर्ड स्टेज में क्या होगा? वो इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल को अपॉइंट करेगी जो इंटरिम पीरियड के लिए कंपनी को रन करेगा. एंड इन द फोर्थ स्टेज दे विल हैव टू मेक अ प्लान, feasible plan. What will they do with the company within 270 days? If they fail to make the plan, then the assets of the company will liquidate it and it will be approved by NCLT. ठीक है? अब let's see the news related to this. One important news which was related to this was the pre-pack under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code for the MSME. So basically what happened during the COVID era was, COVID time में lot of these MSMEs, they either closed or they suffered a huge loss because of lockdowns, etc. Right? So, their condition was really dismal. So therefore, the government came out with pre-pack agreement, pre-pack for the MSME for the loans defaulted up to 1 crore. अब ये pre-pack कौन सी बला है? Let's understand this again. तो usually क्या होता है in a normal insolvency procedure or proceedings, the company of creditors वो क्या करती हैं कि वो open auction करती हैं. Let's say if I'll give you an example, let's say मालिया का जो किंगफिशर वाला बंगला था in Goa, mansion, I will not call this bungalow, it's a mansion, that was put in an open auction, that was put up in an open auction by the committee of creditors कि भाई this is the value, this is the area, now we want you to bid for it. So anybody can bid, Tata can bid, Infosys can bid, Wipro can bid, XYZ. Now let's say, so this is the procedure under the normal insolvency proceedings. अब प्री-पैक क्या है? प्री-पैक में क्या होता है कि पहले से ही जो क्रेडिटर्स हैं वो इन्वेस्टर, पार्टिकुलर इन्वेस्टर के साथ डील साइन कर लेते हैं विदाउट गोइंग फॉर ओपन ऑक्शन, पहले से ही वो डील साइन कर लेते हैं कि भाई देखो, जो लेट्स से आपने अडानी को पकड़ा और बोला कि भाई अडानी भाई आप जो है इस मैंशन को खरीदो, ठीक है ना, हम आपको पहले से ही डील करें, अगर कल को इन्होंने लोन डिफॉल्ट किया तो आप इसको खरीद लेना, पहले से ही सब कुछ डिसाइड होगा. तो इसमें ओपन ऑप्शन नहीं हुआ कुछ भी. अब इसमें होता क्या है कि प्री पैक पे हम क्यों जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि प्री पैक मेक्स थिंग्स वेरी क्विकर, बिकॉज ओपन ऑप्शन में टाइम लगता है, बिडिंग होती है, कंसेंसस बनना होता है, इट टेक्स लॉट ऑफ टाइम. बट इसमें क्या होता है कि पहले से ही सर्टेनिटी रहती है कि भाई ये आदमी को लेना है, तो ये आदमी जो है एक ही आदमी से डील करना है, तो थिंग्स मूव ऑन मच मोर फास्टर इन द केस ऑफ प्री पैक. ठीक है ना. सो प्री पैक जो है, दिस इज इट bypasses open auction and therefore you get only 90 days to finish all the proceedings under the pre-pack compared to the corporate insolvency resolution process जो कि हम डील कर चुके हैं पहले. तो यूके, यूएस, कई सारी कंट्रीज में they have adopted this pre-pack insolvency resolution process. एक बार जब आपका प्रपोजल एक्सेप्ट हो जाता है, जब आप डील कर लेते हो कि हाँ इस इन्वेस्टर को आपको देना है, then it gets approved by, it has to go to NCLT approval. That is how things move here. ठीक है ना. और इसमें एक चीज और डिफरेंट है जो कि नॉर्मल प्रोसीजर से डिफरेंट है कि इसमें ड्यूरिंग द 90-day पीरियड द मैनेजमेंट इज नॉट चेंज्ड. जैसे जो सीआर, जो नॉर्मल इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोसीडिंग्स होती है, उसमें क्या होता है, उसमें ये होता है कि आप जो है, आपका जो मैनेजमेंट होता है वो इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल को ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाता है ड्यूरिंग द इंटरिम पीरियड, जब तक उस पर फाइल डिसीजन नहीं होता है. ठीक है ना. बट दिस इज नॉट द केस विथ द प्री पैक प्रोसीडिंग्स. प्री पैक प्रोसीडिंग में क्या होता है कि दैट मैनेजमेंट कंटिन्यूज टू ऑपरेट टिल इट इज or till the company is sold to a new investor or new owner. तो एटलीस्ट स्टेबिलिटी बनी रहती है, ठीक है ना. ठीक है. तो ये है इसमें. बट इसका एक अपना एक ड्रॉबैक भी है. ड्रॉबैक ये है कि there is lack of transparency here compared to a normal proceeding which is like a open bidding. So that is something which is there. Now इसी से रिलेटेड एक और कॉन्सेप्ट है, खासकर पीपीपी में है, प्राइवेट पब्लिक पार्टनरशिप में, विच इज स्विस मॉडल. तो स्विस मॉडल में क्या होता है, इट इज इसको एक दो बार महाराष्ट्र में अप्लाया गया है. स्विस मॉडल में क्या होता है, स्विस मॉडल ऑफ पीपीपी, लेट्स से you are a developer, you are Reliance, and one day Ambani is going through car and Ambani sees a lot of vacant land somewhere in the countryside, and Ambani goes to the government and Ambani says that, look, I was traveling to Ahmednagar, I saw a vacant land here, and I also saw that there is water storage, or there is scarcity of water there. So what I'll do is I'll build a water treatment plant in that region. I know that this land is available. So, and this is my proposal. This is the rate at which I will do the work. Okay. Now government says, okay, good point, but I will have to also ask the other people, other industrialists, what is their offer to me, right? And only then I'll come back to you. So let's say, so after that, the government invites the bids seeking better alternatives. So it will tell other people also, Infosys, kind of Tata and all, that you also can, submit your bid. Now, government क्या करेगी? Government compare करेगी challenging bids को, and government ये बोलेगी, let's say अंबानी ने बोला कि मैं 80 करोड़ में ये बनाऊंगा वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट. Let's say टाटा ने बोला कि मैं इसको 70 करोड़ में बना दूंगा. ठीक है? So once government receives all the bids from other players, government will then again move back to Ambani and say कि भाई Tata is offering 70 crores. So if you can match it, right? If you can match it at 70 crores, then I will give the contract to you. So this will make things much more smoother. But the allegation against Swiss model is that it promotes what we call as crony capitalism in the country, which is something which we are always very against. ठीक है?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civil's Daily.